hello. It's your girl Ayana Peterson, Thrifting Diva, and I am late tonight because I had some other things going on. But we are jumping into this, and we are making a we are doing breakfast. And the reason being is because yesterday I did my high protein meal. We already have leftovers from last night, so tonight we are able to just jump into making some breakfast. Now, I am going to do something that I have not done before, but that's the whole point of doing these high protein meals and things like that. It's learning how to make these things at home and enjoying that process. So stick around if you are and if you want to do that with me. Catherine, hello, hello. A little late tonight. I had a couple of things come up earlier this evening. Tonight we're making a high protein breakfast for tomorrow. And if the kids want to have breakfast for dinner, that's what they're going to do. I'm actually going to use some of the sweet potatoes that I used last night. And Catherine, I just have to tell you this. If you are listening, that's the sweet potatoes was so delicious. You can't hear. Why can't you hear? Let me know if you can hear. Should be okay. I don't have any. My thing, my mic is on. Let me know if you're hearing me okay. Let me know if you can hear me okay. I believe the mic is on. And thank you so much for the super chat in there. I appreciate. Okay, you can hear now. Perfect. All right. I wanted to tell you this, and I want to make sure you hear this, especially Catherine. Thank you so much for last night's assistance with dinner. The mac and cheese, nuts. Why am I talking mac and cheese? The sweet potato mash came out so delicious. Like it was amazing. I can't explain. Like everything was right about it. It was so good. And then I had it for lunch today again. And I was sitting there just like enjoying lunch. So thank you so much. That was all you in guiding me through that one. But I have a lot of mashed sweet potatoes left over. So tonight I'm going to make sweet potato pancakes with it. So we're going to go through that one again. So any thoughts, any tips, love to hear it. Faith, thank you so much for jumping on. Naomi, hello, hello, hello. Tonight we're doing sweet potato pancakes, and then I'm going to make that with some eggs and some chicken sausage that I have. I think I have some, yeah, have some roasted red pepper and garlic. And the whole point of these is for the high protein count. So I'm trying to get to about 40 grams of protein in this. I made a sweet potato mashed potato last night, and we have a lot of sweet potatoes left still. And so I figured, what else can we do? And so what I'm going to be doing is sweet potato pancakes. So we're going to start with that first. Okay. Let's see. Monica, hola, hello, hello, hello. My new tip is lean into savory for breakfast. It makes you so much more satisfying for the day. I love that. I'm not a big sweets person anyway, so that's definitely your boy Coco, always around. Thank you so much for jumping on. So tonight we are making sweet potato pancakes. I've never done it before, so you're going to be doing it with me. I've had it, but I've never made it. And the reason we are making it is because I have so much left over from last night. I figured why waste it? And it's already boiled and mashed, so I'm already pretty much almost halfway done. Okay. All right. So I'm excited too, Faith. Let's do this. Okay. Obviously, I have nothing out, right? Like, I'll show you my kitchen. I just came home. I'm running late, and my husband started actually cooking. So I'm not going to be making dinner. So this is good. I can take this for my breakfast tomorrow. And I think some of the kids, my son might end up eating breakfast for dinner tonight. So we're going to jump in right into that. All right, let's get some stuff going. I'm going to grab the mashed potatoes. I'm going to put some oat flour in here. I'm going to grab a little bit of essence and things. And if you guys have some ideas, let me know. Gail and Melissa Valdez, thank you for jumping on. Hopefully, you are interested in figuring out ways to do high protein breakfast. I'm stepping away from the camera because I'm heading to the outside fridge so I can get the sweet potatoes. But oh my goodness, I cannot tell you over and over just how amazing the sweet potato we made last night came out. That is definitely a recipe that I want to make sure I write down. And I did indeed, before going to bed, I did try to get a lot of those things like written down so I can put them in, make sure that people can recreate them because it came out so fantastic. If you are someone looking, the reason I've been doing this is because I'm trying to hold myself accountable to my weight loss. And the biggest thing in your weight loss is going to be what you're eating. And so I'm saying this over and over and over because not everyone here has seen me before. But if you are someone who is someone who's looking to ensure that their weight loss, becomes a lifestyle thing, then sweet potato is one of those things that you want to definitely do. So what we have here is the sweet potatoes that I boiled, but I had enough last night. I probably didn't eat all of this, which is okay. I'm not going to waste it. We're going to make sweet potato pancakes tonight. And that I think is going to be I think it's going to be delicious. I've had sweet potato pancakes before, so this is not new for me tasting it, but it is new for me making it. And I'm going to mix a couple of recipes that I've seen online to basically my liking, which is how I cook. You look at something, you kind of get the idea of like, okay, this is what the flavor profile will need, and then you go with what you want for you. Okay. Don't forget teaspoon of baking powder to lighten the pancakes. Okay. You know what? I had already forgotten about the baking powder. And I think I should have baking powder. Teaspoon. Okay. So the baking powder is what's going to give it that fluffiness. Okay. Got it. I am thinking of putting in some additional protein to it. So let me know, Catherine, if that's a good idea. I have some protein powder I can add, or I can add like cottage cheese to it just to top it off with protein. And if you're new to me, the reason I'm talking about protein is because that's what my focus is on for this lifestyle change. High protein in all my meals that will allow me to not have to worry about snacking. And I'll tell you this, I've been going really hard on this for the last about 6 weeks. And I'll tell you, the amount of snacking I don't do at work is crazy. Like I eat my breakfast. I'm not hungry until like 1 o'clock. And then I eat lunch. And lunch is normally whatever we had for dinner the night before. And so that's always going to have at least 35 to 40. Last night I topped off at about 50 grams of protein. When I tell you I was not hungry, this morning I work out. I work out in the mornings and I work out around 8 a.m. Till 9. But today I did not get to go down to the gym until about 8:30 because I had some stuff to do at work before I got to the gym. And I didn't eat breakfast until about 10. And I had to remember to eat because I was not hungry. Okay. And that's working out I did strength training this morning and I wasn't hungry. And I attribute that to the fact that last night's dinner, even though it wasn't a lot, I had the pork chops, which was freaking fantastic. I had that, and then I had the sweet potato mash. It was, I can't keep. I'm making that that is going to be what is going on the dinner table at Thanksgiving. I promise you, because that thing was so good. We're not going to be doing any white potatoes, and I'm sure that everyone eating it is not going to miss the white potatoes. I know that's like almost like signing myself up for the death squad. But those sweet potato mash was great. So if you are, thinking of recreating it yourself, the video is in my lives. You can just check the one I did last night, and you can see what I'm talking about. So what I'm doing is just peeling off camera the skin, and I'm gonna pop these I'm gonna um make them soft. Well, make they are already soft, but I'm going to mash them and then I'm going to put them in the microwave just to get them because they're cold. And what I should have done is kind of had them sitting out for a little bit. I'm good at cooking. Thank you. Have you seen? No, he has not come on yet, your boy. And that's actually really nice kitchen. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Andrew, she was moving fast last night preparing dinner. I could tell the hunger driving. It was all right. So I'm gonna go for protein powder. I need to get baking powder. I'm gonna try to put some vanilla essence in there, or should we not since it's sweet potato? I definitely want to do some cinnamon though, because I really think that's gonna bring this together. But let me get, I have baking powder and then I need protein powder. Okay. I want not the chocolate, but I'm going to do the vanilla powder. What else do I need? I have some oat milk. So I think I'm going to do that. So I have, this is the protein powder that I'm using right now. And it's a vanilla protein powder. Claims to have less sugar in it. So that's what I'm going with. Baking powder. And I do have some natural vanilla that I got when we were in Mexico recently. So I got that. I'm gonna get, but I want some cinnamon. I think we should put some cinnamon. Should we put a little bit of nutmeg? I feel like I'm making a cake with everything I'm doing. So let's see, cinnamon, nutmeg. Let me know in the comments. As I said, I'm making this for the first time. Bunny, hello, welcome, welcome, welcome. They were asking for you recently up in the threads. Okay, so we have some nutmeg and we have some cinnamon. I wish I had the nutmeg that you grate because I really feel like that amps up all of the amps it up, but we're going to go with that. All right, so I nearly put this into the microwave just now. Metal bowl. Um, okay, so I'm going to put this in the microwave right now, and I'm just going to heat it up. As I mentioned, we're going to do that. And then, oh, you know what I do need? I need some flour. I'm going to get the oat flour. And the reason I'm doing the oat flour is for the protein. Is it? Is the oat flour for the protein? Let's see. Do we have oat flour? I think my daughter might have used up the last bit that I bought. So we might end up doing some whole wheat flour because I don't see the oat flour here. This is my daughter. She bakes a lot, but she does not tell anyone like when things are done, and it drives my husband, oh, there it goes. It drives him crazy because he's like, just tell me so we know to buy it. Okay. The oat flour was survived. And so this is the one I'm using, the red mill one. And 4 grams of protein, 120 calories. So less calories in this one. Having my breakfast. Oh, that's what we're making right now. We're making breakfast for tomorrow and or for anyone who wants to have breakfast tonight. We're going to have leftovers for dinner. All right, so we got that going. And now it's just time to prep this and make it something delicious. So I'm just looking for my masher, which I'm not seeing. I'm not sure my... okay, I'm not sure where the masher disappeared to. Okay, there we go. Okay, so we're gonna probably need to get this down a little bit. I'm gonna mash it and then I'm pop it back in the microwave for a little bit because it seems a little cold. Although, do I really need to? Is the question. It's about to go and even this seems like a lot of mashed potatoes for what we're making, but we'll see. And I was telling folks last night who were on here with me, whole point of cooking at home is to just experiment, right? Like it's okay if it doesn't come out exactly what you thought it was going to come out like. I mean, at least just make it edible at the end of the day. And when you have a really good success story, just do it over again so that it becomes second nature. Like I'm going to make over my sweet potato mash because that's to me was, I cannot believe how amazing that came out. The pork chop was really really good too. And all of that was, going into it not really knowing what the end will taste like except having an idea of what you wanted. So it's a very inexpensive way to test stuff rather than going out to a restaurant. I don't know about you, but I get more annoyed when I go out and spend a lot of money on food and it doesn't taste nearly what you were thinking. I feel like I do that a lot here in San Diego. A lot of the food seems to be very mid. It's not all that, but it's expensive. Going out is not cheap here. Okay. It's 8 a.m. living. It's 8 a.m. in where you are right now. Wow. It is 7:30 p.m. where I'm at. I'm just heating this up a little bit. And then now we're going to just go in and add some things to it. We're making sweet potato pancakes. And so here are some of the things that I have that I think I'm going to use in here. And just to make it different, let me know in the comments if you've had sweet potato pancakes before, or if this will be your first time watching this go down. I've never made it before, but how hard can it be? It's pancakes. Pancakes just flour and something else, right? Flour and something else. Okay, here we go. All right. It's a lot of sweet potatoes. So what I'm gonna probably do, I'm gonna half it a little bit, just in case I decide I don't need that much sweet potatoes in it. So I'm just gonna make half of that. Yeah. And I'm just gonna put half in another bowl. And this sweet potato, all I did was put it in some salted water. I season my water, I say. And that was it. Okay. And so now we're going to use half of this because I just don't know. I feel like it would feel like only sweet potatoes. All right, there we go. Here's where we're starting with. We're just going to put this on the side. And here we go. All right, let me know if you have any questions. Okay, we are going to do, I was told you need some baking powder. So we're going to get a little, one of our spoons. Okay. Okay, we have 1 teaspoon here. So we're going to start with that. Okay. We're going to need some oat flour. So I'm going to do maybe a cup of that. May need more. We'll see. And I'm using the oat flour because it's less calories. The whole point of this, the way I'm cooking recently, I'm trying to lose weight. And I'm trying to do it by kind of following the philosophy of high protein, building that muscle, and lower calories. Okay, so it doesn't mean I'm cutting anything out of my diet, but I'm just more alert to what I do put in. So looks like too much nutmeg. So I'm going to go with half a teaspoon of nutmeg. And then I'm going to do half a teaspoon of cinnamon. Okay. Well, if I could get that. Let me see. I'm going to open this up so I could get my spoon in there. I'm going to go with 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. The cinnamon is where I'm really going for. close this up. Okay. And then we're going to need, I'm going to go with adding some more protein, right? The whole point is to try to get to about 30 grams to 30 to 40 grams of, 30 to 40 grams of protein in each meal. So I'm going to use a small one here. I'm going to do a quarter cup in there. It's a quarter cup of protein. Okay. What do you think? Should I be adding the vanilla, which is pure vanilla, by the way? Should I go for it, or we got enough going on? And then I'm going to just add liquid enough so that it gets to the consistency. So how much that is, who knows? I'm just getting to try to get to the consistency that I wanted at, which is smooth. Working with the thing will be a little harder, so I might need to use a blender because I have the what's the thing called? The sweet potato is a little stiff. Okay, but we'll see. Let's get that mixed in there. Yes, I using the whey protein because I'm trying to just add that protein in here. We're going to make some eggs with this. Going to give us some more protein because I'm going to add some additional stuff to make my eggs high protein. And then we're going to make some chicken sausage, which is even more. So I could probably hit about 50 grams of protein in this meal, which will be good because tomorrow I have a late I have meetings during my lunch hour, so I'm going to probably be eating a lot later tomorrow. Okay, so it's coming together. I could smell the cinnamon in here, but it doesn't feel as runny and smooth like I like my pancake batter. It looks pretty though. What do you guys think? It does look pretty. I'm wondering, should I blend it to make sure it's definitely like there's no chunkiness in it and it's just a smooth batter? Or if I could just go ahead and mash it how I'm doing like this. What I'm using is oat milk, by the way, but I'm sure you can use whatever milk that you have. I don't like oat milk, like drink it. I won't drink it by itself. It needs to be in something. Not even going to lie to you. The same thing with cottage cheese. I use it a lot, but I'm not eating it by itself. It gotta be some other stuff in it. Like doing this alone is giving me a workout. My arms are like hurting. It's so stiff. I think I'm gonna add a little more flour. And now all type of measurements go out the drain. Just going in how I feel like it. You guys never answered whether or not I should put, what is Catherine? Egg is a binder. Okay. And a protein. So let me get an egg. I can do that. I'm going to whip that egg up before. All right. So we have an egg. I'm going to whip it up outside, since we didn't put it in already. So I'm going to put that here. I'm going to go in like that. And we're going to just mix that and then add it in there. And let me explain how cheap this meal could come together for most, right? Like I bought 3. These were just 3 large sweet potatoes. Last night it gave us enough for 4 servings, like really big servings too, like not your typical servings of mash last night. I had enough for lunch today. I'm going to have enough for tomorrow, or if I want to eat that for dinner tonight, but probably won't. And there we go. It's definitely doing what it needs to do here. And that was just from 3 extra large 3 extra large sweet potatoes. So inexpensive. Honestly, very inexpensive. I I don't know. I know for some people they're like they love their white russet potatoes, but geez, it's just less calories. It tastes good. It kind of hits that sweet spot. I love it. I if you're trying to do different things, I think sweet potato is one of those things that you should be doing. Evening, Phoenix, welcome, welcome. Thank you for jumping in. Next time later. Okay. Okay. So it's coming together. Thanks for the tip on the eggs. I like it runny. I feel like it cooks quicker when I can just kind of, drop it in there. So I'm going to put a little more milk in there. But it smells good. I think the mixture of the cinnamon and the nutmeg alone, ooh, amazing. Amazing. So I'm adding a little more, and I'm just adding enough so that it could get to that, I'm pouring in small amounts so it could get to that more runny consistency, which is how I like my pancakes when I'm working with it. Last, I think what did we make? A couple weeks ago we made the protein waffles, which came out really good, by the way. These could be waffles too, if just depends on what you want to do with it. But these could be waffles. You can pull up your waffle maker and drop these in there as well. I just feel like pancakes tonight, and the waffles takes forever because I only have one. It only makes one. Okay, now we're cooking here. All right. So I am debating whether to take my immersion um, and kind of get it all completely no lumps, or if I just go with, it's fine like this. Because you can see some of the lumps in like the sweet potatoes there. Or should we just, this is good enough. Good enough. The group cooking is fun because it's like, everyone comes with an idea that just makes it even better in the end. Okay, I think we're good. It smells amazing. I didn't put the vanilla in it, but I don't think it's missing it. And now I think it's just time to get our skillet going. And yeah, this could work. It comes out easily. Do it like that. Okay, yo boy, good night. Thanks for jumping on. I know it's late wherever we are. Okay, this is ready. Let's see if my internet is ready for movement. If you remember, I told you I got this guy. I thrifted this years and years ago. It's like a cast iron like grill, but I like it because the grill on one side, and then we have a skillet on the other side. So I'm just going to put the light on, and I'm going to turn this. For this, you have to just turn both the back and the front on so that both of the lighting. The front is always going to cook faster because the back one is going to be less in there. Okay, so to make ahead and freeze back in the freezer and quick reheat in the microwave breakfast, make it in muffin tins, roll up a slice of turkey bacon, and pour egg chives over the top. That's amazing. Thanks for the tip on that. Because this is definitely something you can make ahead. Like you make these on Sundays, and now you have a delicious, healthy pancakes that you can just pop in the microwave. I mean, in the toaster when you want to heat it up or something like that. So I'm just getting that heated up, and then While that is doing, we can move on to the next part of this meal, which is going to be our eggs and protein. So I'm going to heat this up a little bit because, as I said, I'm trying to really hit my goal of 40 grams of protein in 30 to 40 grams of protein. That includes a couple of things, but it also includes the fact that I have to think about this the night before. And so this is what I'm doing for my breakfast tomorrow. Last today for breakfast, I had a parfait, which I added extra protein powder to the Greek yogurt, and then some berries and some a little bit peanut butter. And that was breakfast. Okay. And so tomorrow, this is going to be breakfast. I can't eat the same thing over and over and over. Like I will go crazy. And I know some people, that's kind of the thing. Like when you're on a diet, I guess, that you're just like stuck with these, you know, stuck with these 4 meals. I can't do that. So for me, I just have to, if I think about it the night before, I'm in good hands. If I don't, then we got a problem. Okay. All right. Keep the lumps. It will help with roosts. Okay. So we have the lumps in here for sure. And I love the color. I absolutely love the color alone on this one. I think I have some berries that maybe um we can put on the fire, some blueberries, so we can have some blueberry sauce with that. That's a great, actually, let me do that as well. Let me grab those because instead of ending up using like, maple syrup and stuff like that, which kind of defeats the purpose, why not do our own berry sauce, like a compote? So I have some berries. Yes, I have some blueberries and I have some strawberries. What do you guys think? Are we going all out for it? Right? Like go all out. We can put that on a low fire and get that going. All right. This is hot or very close to what we need. And so I'm going to get just some butter on here. We can go right in to starting. All right. So I'm just doing some butter. Seems like a lot, but I'm probably only going to go in once on this. Okay. All right. Moment of truth. Moment of truth. I'm going to go in and start ladling. Oh my gosh. I don't make pancakes nearly enough. So my circles are not going to be perfect. Just go with it. You guys understand the assignment. What are you thinking? Are they looking so freaking fantastic? And I love this skillet because look at how much work, how many of these big, and I'm doing big ones. I'm not doing the small because why? I can get one big one along with my eggs and we're good to go. Okay, we're going to get a little silver dollar one down here so I can use the space. Okay, so this is what we have going here. And so I'm going to put them on medium heat so it doesn't burn too quickly and try to cook in there. But it looks good so far. It smells amazing. So that definitely feels like it's coming together. What are we thinking? Eggs. And as I mentioned, that It's all about high protein. High protein is the name of the game. So what we're going to do is going to have eggs with some cottage cheese. I know, I know. I use cottage cheese for everything. I know, but it's the easiest way to get that protein numbers up. Did you know that if you wanted to have about 30 grams of protein in your eggs alone, that you're going to need at least 5 eggs? And I'm just not someone that's going to eat 5 eggs. So, what I normally do is eggs, I'll grab a couple of these. And if we have, I don't know if I have any egg whites. Let's see. Yep, I have some egg whites. So I'm going to mix it. And that's the trick to getting to that 30 grams of protein along with using some whole eggs. So just going to get a bowl and get ready started here. All right. Our pancakes look like they're starting to get, when they bubble up on the side, tells you they're ready. So I'm going to just check that out right now. Oh, I'm burning them. I'm burning them. Okay. Good thing about pancakes is like you get another chance for the first round. So I'm gonna show you what I did. After the first round, you're like, okay, let's see what happened and what I could do differently. And I think it's because of where the pancakes are sitting on the heat. So this one is a little darker. This is actually where I want them to be. These are a little too light. So now I kind of know, like, lower my heat in the front, raise my heat in the back a little bit so that I can get them nice and even. Sorry, they're not those perfect round because I don't have, I've seen where you can do the cup and you squeeze it and it comes out like nice and perfectly, but this is fine. Okay. We get the point of this. And so this is it. Obviously this is not ready yet because it's still coming off sticky on there. So I'm going to put that back there. But I burned this one a little bit, but that's fine. It will be a-okay. We'll just work around it, right? You just work around it. Um, there we go. All right. So let me just check the comments. Ayana, we Indians, instead of egg, we add horse gram flour. I've actually never heard of that before. Thanks for that. I'm gonna have to Google that after this. Um, hey everyone, just got home. It's 10:50 over here. Gonna go sleep now. Damien, enjoy. Have a sweet dreams, as we would say. I just ordered cricket flour for high protein. I'm scared, but I'm gonna try it. Catherine, you got to tell us how that one tastes. I would be scared too. I absolutely would be scared because I've heard of it and I'm like, no, ma'am. We don't need the protein that badly. But when you do try it, we are definitely there to hear how that went because I am very interested in that one. All right, I'm going to just take off a couple of the pancakes that seem to want to be burning in the front, and then we'll get back to making our eggs. Remember, for the eggs, um, we are going to be adding egg whites so that you can, sorry, I'm just going to flip these so that they don't burn. You're going to add egg whites so that we can get that protein number higher than it would be if we were just using 2 eggs. And that's what a lot of people, including myself, used to do. You just figure, well, I had 2 eggs for breakfast, so I had a high protein breakfast. Unfortunately, you need 5 whole eggs for that. And so until that happens, you're probably still not hitting the recommended protein numbers that you think you're getting. So I'm gonna do 2 whole eggs, and then I'm gonna add about a cup of egg whites. Okay, or maybe less. Just I do everything by just seeing how much it looks like. So here's my bowl. I'm gonna do 2 eggs. Okay. And then egg whites now. Okay. And you can do the egg whites literally from the eggs themselves, but I would rather just do the easy way. And so I'm going to probably add a little more in here. Okay. And then the next part of the protein process for this would be to add our cottage cheese. And so this is the one I'm using right now. It's 13 grams of protein in one serving, only 90 calories, and it is the low fat 2%. So we're going to go in and this is a quarter cup. And so a serving is a half a cup. Okay, so we're probably about what, 6 to 7 here. And then you're just going to mix this up. That's how easy it is. Okay, so let's see. Don't worry about the curds that you're going to see when we get this cooking. It won't be there. Don't worry about that. What you're worried about right now is that you are trying to get as much protein in here. So you added protein powder in your pancakes, right? So we have the protein there. We also have the protein in the eggs, and now you have the protein from the cottage cheese. So you are definitely killing it with protein if that's the one you're going to do. All right, just going to bring you back over to the griddle so we can see what's happening on this side. I could probably cook my eggs on here too, so it will avoid me from, making another bowl messy and things like that. So I think I might do that. All right, keep it easy. It's a weekday. I'm just putting some more butter here to get the last scoop of pancake. Let me lower the heat a little more because this side is definitely cooking. As you can see, these guys are almost like ready to go. And as I said, they're not perfect circles, but I'm sure they're delicious. All right, so I just have this last bit to go here. And so that I'm going to probably do 2 and we're done. See how quick and easy that was. And as I say, you make a whole batch of these on a weekend, and now you have for the rest of the week. So you don't have to eat the same boring parfait every day, or you don't have to eat the same eggs every day, which is what a lot of people have been telling me, like complaining, like, I don't know what else to eat if I want to do this. And I'm like, there's everything that you can be eating. You can do that. Okay, so you see on this side, I have room to work here, which is what I'm probably going to do. I'm probably going to cook my eggs there. And I have those chicken sausage that I might put on there with some red sweet peppers. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. You didn't brown the pancake. That was the butter at a high temperature. Oh, okay. Got it. So I didn't burn it. Got it. So good content. She always dresses so beautiful. Oh, Catherine, thank you so much. You girl, it's thrifted. The dresses are thrifted. Ooh, making a mess. The dress is thrifted. It's a Tabitha Brown dress that I got maybe a year ago, but I just love it. Sorry, Zena. Okay, we're gonna finish the pancakes. What I'm gonna do is cook everything on the griddle, make it quick and easy for myself. So I'm gonna leave the eggs on the side for now. I have still more sweet potatoes. I'm not gonna cook this tonight. I don't know yet what I'm gonna do with it because now we've made pancakes. So I don't know what I'm gonna do with that. So I'm just gonna put that on the side for now. And then I'm just gonna clean up here so that I can work a little more efficiently. Put away our cottage cheese, our egg whites. Those are done. We don't need that right now or anymore. And then cinnamon and nutmeg. The only one thing I am trying and still thinking about is whether I make like a blueberry like a blueberry sauce for my pancakes. So that that's in my head because I think that will really finish this meal off and make it beautifully. But let's see what I should do about that. If anyone has ideas, let me know. I love everything about the other than the fact with all that protein you need fiber. Easy way to get this is to buy the bottle Certo pectin for canning and add a tablespoon. Oh, for the fiber, it's busy. Okay. Huh. Where would I find that? At Amazon? Is that an Amazon thing? Ooh, the last two pancakes look so beautiful. Oh my gosh. How could you not love cooking at home? Like I know there's a lot of people who are like, "Oh, I don't cook often." I'm like, "What? Just experimenting? You don't get up and feel like I want something and I'm just going to do it myself instead of waiting to do it at, to go to a supermarket. I mean, not a supermarket, to a restaurant for them to overcharge you on it. Like, most of the reasons I go to restaurants is to get ideas on stuff to cook at home, to be honest with you. I always feel disappointed. I'm just like, ugh, what did they do? Why are they doing it like this? And why is there so much salt? um, but I get it, it is what it is. All right, so I have cleaned up the kitchen. I have a couple of things I need to bring over to you, and that is my red pepper. And so I'm going to cut that up because I feel like that's going to be a little nice thing to go along with the eggs. And I'm just waiting for the griddle to be cleared because I'm about to cook everything in one sweep. Okay? Cook everything in one sweep at this point because the griddle is big enough. Just put a little bit of oil on there and then we can go. My handy dandy Maccabi Miyabi. As much as I love this damn knife, I call it every name but the name that it came with. But as I was saying, it is one of my best accessories in the kitchen. Because look how that thing is going down. It is just moving through. Look at how beautiful, like just moving through things. Cut through anything. And I feel like this makes my cooking so much faster. It's also very, very sharp. And I've cut myself a few times in it. Because, when you're so used to dull stuff, you're not as careful. So I love red peppers. I love it. It's one of my favorite veggies. It has a fruit in it. It has seeds in it. So I don't know. Veggies, what do you call it? All right, I just cut those in half so it could cook faster. And then I'm going to remove the pancakes because they are done. Okay, just want to show you this. So these are sweet potato pancakes. Has a little bit of extra protein in it, made with oat flour and just some cinnamon, some nutmeg, and some baking powder. It smells heavenly. It really does smell heavenly. Love it, love it, love it. I'm gonna just put it on the side because we're finishing up our high protein breakfast. I'm using the griddle, and so I'm gonna cook half of the stuff with the eggs on one side, and then I'm gonna cook a little bit of these roasted red pepper and garlic chicken sausage. If you're keeping track of the protein, it's 12 grams of protein here. and 120 calories. I'm not going to do a lot. My husband doesn't like these at all, so I'm just going to do one link because um, he's not going to eat this. So it's just going to be me. So I'm just going to take one out of the package and I'm just going to slice these up. Okay. And so this is going to go along with my eggs and my my red peppers. So I'm just going to doubling up the red peppers. I'm giving it a little fancy cut. So I'm going diagonal just for it to have a little fancy cut. And so that is it here. Okay. All right. I'm going to bring you over to the griddle because that's where we're going to finish up this meal. Let me grab this. And I'm just going to leave. I'm not even going to change anything on here. I'm going to do oil now, a little bit of oil. Actually, I'm going to do oil on one side and butter on one side. Let's see if this works. I've never done it where I'm cooking completely different things on the griddle like this, but you know, I'm trying to be efficient here. Remember in my eggs, I have egg whites, 2 whole eggs, and cottage cheese. And that's also for the protein, okay? I'm probably not going to need to eat at all tomorrow after I do all of this because the amount of protein that I'm just about to ladle in here. Okay, I'm going to put the eggs on the back burner just because the back burner is not as, it doesn't get as high. And then in the front, I'm going to put my, I'm going to put the sausage and the red pepper on that side. All right. Bear with me. Bear with me. This is what cooking is about. Like you're just kind of moving, kind of working things around at the same time. Okay. Okay. I'm going to get a tongue because I'm going to need to. This alone could be, you know, what you have, right? I'm just being extra just to show you just how much options you really do have out there. Because I know a lot of people say, oh, I don't really have much options on this. I'm like, oh, girl, there's so much different ways you can enjoy this meal. Okay, now I'm gonna get some butter because I don't like my eggs in oil for some. I just never liked it. I just feel like it tastes weird, and so I rather my eggs cooked in butter, just a little bit, just so that it doesn't stick to the griddle. And you see how much space I have, right? So I could do two things going here and just kind of save myself the pots and all that extra stuff. And then I'm gonna go in nice and slow. So what you see in there is the I'm okay if they touch because they're gonna go together anyway. Might have to cook this in batches because I have a small lip and I don't want it overflowing. We'll see. Okay, this is coming together. One of the things I learned in putting the um, putting the cottage cheese in the eggs is just how fluffy it makes the eggs. It's like kind of crazy. Like I didn't know that before. I don't know why it makes it so fluffy, but it does, and it gives that extra like, oh. Sorry if I'm not reading any of the comments right now. It's just I'm trying to not burn this these eggs. And you can see I have a very small lip that I'm working with, and the eggs are starting to run there. I just don't want it overflowing into the over the sides. We're almost there. We're almost there. Patience is the name of the game when you're cooking. Try not to cook when you're too hungry, or try something new. You know how they say, like around Thanksgiving and Christmas time, you have big family meals? That is not the time to try a new recipe. Okay, let's turn these. Look at how these sausages are coming out. Ooh. I like how they're blackening. Mmm. I'm just grabbing this from the side so it doesn't. Oh my gosh. Getting some of that those roasted, I would say roasted, but grilled-ish peppers. Get that over there. And then what I'm going to add is a little bit of cheddar cheese on top of the cottage cheese. Let's get that in there. I'm going to get some black pepper. And of course, we're going to add a little bit of salt. I'm going to add a little more cheddar cheese. I know I'm adding a little more extra calories unnecessarily, but so it's a lot here. This is not for just one person, okay? This is going to be for myself. But do you see how that's coming together? So a whole meal made on I did not use any other pots. So just have to rinse out the bowls that I use. I don't like runny eggs. Like when I make scrambled eggs, I like them like, look how buttery and fluffy these are. But anyway, as I was saying, I don't like my eggs wet. So you cook them to your desired doneness. Oh, look at how the charring of these are coming together. So nice. Can erase the thing on that. All right, what questions do we have while that is getting finished up? So my dinner is ready, so I need to take off and focus on eating. Your prep is looking absolutely excellent. Take care. Thank you so much, Catherine. Have a wonderful dinner. Okay. And so this sausage is going to add more protein. This is protein, and there's protein in the pancake. I probably will not necessarily eat a large lunch because if I have this after I work out tomorrow, I'm going to be set. If you notice, as I said, I had a lot of the curds from the cottage cheese. You could have seen it before. And now they're like dissolving or melting into the eggs. And so you won't taste them. They'll be in there, but it's not going to be a problem. And you can mix this in if you want, or you can keep them separate. I think I'm going to keep mine separate. Okay. And so let's prep the dinner plate. Or in my case, I'm going to be prepping my container for tomorrow. So the one thing I haven't done is determine whether or not I'm going to not melt, but saute down some blueberry for it. I probably will do it after all because I have the blueberry and I have this. And so that would be a nice, finishing. But let's go ahead and get ready for tomorrow and you get to see the production put together. And then my son might end up eating because he likes to eat breakfast for dinner. So he might end up eating that for dinner tonight. I just need to get a nice large container because we got a lot going on in here. And so let me see what we have. I feel like I buy my containers and no matter what, they just disappear. Like where are all my, my food prep containers? I have no clue. But we're gonna go with this guy. I just want you guys to see the hard work at the end, Archangel, thank you so much. Food, family, and conversation. I appreciate that. Thank you. Patricia Douglas, welcome, welcome, welcome. We are on the tail end of finishing our breakfast, but focused on a breakfast that's high protein. And so what we did tonight is I had a lot of sweet potatoes left over. So we made sweet potato pancakes, which I'll show you in a minute. And we're just finishing up some eggs. The eggs have extra protein in it. And then chicken sausage with red peppers, extra protein. And that's what I've been doing to drop weight. It's working fantastic. But my biggest fear when I went into this was, am I going to be stuck eating the same thing every night? And I'll tell you this, I am not. I have been eating, I don't think I've repeated a meal since I've done this. And I've been into this strong about 6 weeks. I've lost 10 pounds. I don't feel hungry. I don't feel crazy. I feel amazing. And I'm excited every day to like what's on the menu, and I know for a lot of people when they're trying to lose weight, trying to eat better, it becomes dull, boring. You kind of keep repeating the same things, and I'm not down with that. Like I'll just be fat. Sorry. But I am so excited about doing this. And so this is why I come on here to show other people like this is how it's not that difficult. We just need a little bit of sometimes prep, sometimes thinking ahead, and just being able to go with the flow. I come on here sometimes not even knowing what I'm going to cook, except I know that it's going to be high protein and it's going to taste good. And every time it's not, I've knocked it out of the park. So if I can do this, and I'm not, I'm not trained in anything, I'm not a chef in any way, I promise you, you can do this as well. BJ, welcome. Thank you so much. So what I'm doing is just putting together the meal. I'm going to pack my lunch and you're going to pack it with me. And so we can see what this looks like when we're done. Okay. Eggs are done. And the sausage is done. Okay. Here is our sweet potato pancakes. Ooh. Okay. So this is my container for tomorrow. I'm going to just do one because, as I said, we have a lot going on with everything else. Or should I go with two? Should I knock this out? Like, listen, I'm going to do one of the silver dollars. So one in a tiny. Okay. And what I have here is some cut up. I think I'm still going to do it. After the live is finished, I am still going to make a sauce for my pancakes instead of using maple syrup and stuff like that. We're going to go with this concoction here. And that's going to be giving me my sweetness here. Okay. And then I'm going to add my eggs and I'm going to add my sausage. So I'm just going to grab some from the griddle. And I still have enough left over if I wanted to. Okay. And so this is breakfast already done the night before. I don't have to worry about anything. Only thing I need is some syrup. But as I said, I'm going to make my own syrup with the fresh berries. Um, but what do you think? Let me know if this is something that you would do. As I said, it's a high protein breakfast. So we have sweet potato pancakes, which I made adding protein powder in there. And then we have eggs, and the eggs has obviously it's a protein, but I use two whole eggs, and then I supplemented about a cup of whole of egg whites because that's what you're going to need to get that high amount of protein. And then I have some eggs, some sausages here with some sweet peppers, and all made on my griddle, as you can see over here. Made the pancake first, and then we came over and we made the eggs and the sausage. So simple. Took about an hour, but if you were doing this at home by yourself, you'll probably do it in 30 minutes. I'm chit chatting, so it's going to take a little longer. Okay. Ally Isabella, thank you so much. And so this is breakfast, and I'm so excited about this. High protein, and high Ayana. Yes, it is definitely high in all the good things. So I may not even end up having to have a big lunch. I might end up just grabbing something smaller for lunch because I've knocked it out of the park. This is probably about a good 50 grams of protein in breakfast alone. Okay. All right. Well, hopefully you liked what you saw. If you haven't already, please give a thumbs up to the channel so that I know that this is something you like. And more importantly, if you have not already subscribed to the channel, I would love to have you as someone who, checks out the channel. On my channel, I talk about a luxe lifestyle on a budget, and it doesn't only include cooking, but it's about thrifting, skincare, DIY. It's basically a lifestyle of for people who are looking to just live luxe and not spend a lot of money. And cooking is definitely one of those things. All right. Thank you so much. And looking forward to seeing you tomorrow. Have a wonderful evening. Bye.